be able to stand up to the Pantheon.
It
doesn't even
Trundle's
necessarily
okay.
work very often.
Yeah, I feel like Trundle's okay. My sole beef with Trundle is when he starts getting blinded B1 and I'm just losing my mind.
Yeah, no, let's just not go back to that. That can't hurt you anymore.
So,
that was yesterday.
Cassio or something.
Morgana. Aha! I forgot. Yeah, no, it was going to be Morgana. That was the
That's
choice.
actually so crazy. But more importantly, it is so annoying to try and play Annie into someone that can negate your CC consistently.
Yep.
Right? And then I think the setup of Morgana and Pantheon is also really cool.
Be a little dicey.
Yeah, really my main issue is just as, oh my god.
Wow, it was Fly! The tricky Morgana mid lane pick into Faker's undefeated at the time LeBlanc. Man, what an incredible tournament. Oh, it is
For chance?
Aiming is just going to face check.
They
Does
know.
get the ward down. Throws in a bunch of feathers, and Aiming is just walking forward. Trying to find an angle onto this one.
Nope.
Be around that.
Well, I mean, I guess the other one is as well. So...
All right, well, you can. That can be Eve. We can have Adam and Eve.
No, we can do Freddy.
We could do Freddy.
What about Walter? Walter the Ward.
Walter the Ward is lovely. As here's a Cataclysm. Raptor does get a black shield, but he's still doing battle in the melee with this bear. As now Vicla. Oh no, the snapback of Tibbers blocks the Dark Binding. That was pretty cool. The DK will be able to take these grubs away by the looks of things. That was Alan looking for an angle. Vicla running out of mana as Beryl is just going to flash. Grand Starfall. Oh no! Walter just got replaced. What? He was just minding his own business.
What?
Why would you do that for? Wait,
Walter, no,
unless
wait.
Walter just teleported.
Okay.
Does that mean that
Is Shio in trouble? He is Renekton.
he does look like he might have a bit of an issue here as Slice Dice, all that sort of stuff comes out, but this still could be a worrying time. Gets under the turret though, and is going to be okay, but had to use basically everything in his disposal to make this one happen. Let's see how Clear's going to do as the Umbral dash, just beautiful, getting him out of the way of the snare as Aiming.
He got a Grasp Proc.
Yeah, does need to be a little bit careful here as Lucid at full health. There's the Wild Growth as well to keep him healthy. So much damage absorbed.
Which into the Redemption heal. Okay, Lucid. Oh, the
Yeah,
flash.
gonna get flashed on, and the flash is not going to quite work out here. That Dark Binding's going to hit, and down goes the job. And the Grand Starfall, still super play.
How do you feel about that one, Atlas?
Not great. You can tell that I'd lost interest in it halfway through. It's all right. Redemption just going to make sure that it's keeping Showmaker healthy.
He gets hit when he wants to. As we take another look,
W 맞췄다. Q 맞췄다. 나 이거 봐볼게. 나 봐볼게
it's the
이거.
binding, and then keeps the Tether alive. Nicely done. Otherwise, Lucid might just make it out.
Very, very nicely played there.
DK, so maybe just whoever is first is having a good time.
Well, right now, that is B&K, as this Rift Herald going down very, very quickly. Teleport in, try and get clear in here, as there is the Cataclysm. Pop Blossom picks up the job, and though Beryl also collects it. Wild Growth not enough to keep him alive as Shiu. He wants to try and fight this one out, but it does not work. Down goes the Lulu, and Shiu just kind of wandered through B&K and wasn't actually able to affect it at all.
Yeah,
pretty high-value cleanse game, by the way, for
Oh, yeah. Oh, we have an attempt to play onto Clearer. There's no turret.
Yep, Showmaker's going to be booking it down towards him, going to be able to land the stun. And I don't know whether Clear is going to be able to get out, but there is a lot of B&K members making their way down. Cataclysm comes on through as Lucid's health bar goes down so low. Pop Blossom almost kills Shiu as he opted into it, as the Black Shield on this Aatrox is so incredibly hard to deal with here for DK, and Clear is still at 50% health. Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. There is Shiu throwing down the ulti to try and stay alive, but he goes down like a hot knife through butter. And now the Killer Instinct from Diablo is going to come on through. Featherstorm is not going to be enough, and that is a clean ace.
There's always a sacrificial lamb on DK. Last game it was Beryl.
Yeah, it may be Beryl once again, but instead, DK are just going to get themselves out of there, understanding that B&K's collapse is pretty...
Again, not really finding an impact. And this game is truly feeling like, can Aiming 1v9 on Xayah, or BK make a big mistake? That's another option.
We'll just have to see. This could be the Otacon play. As Slice and Dice here from Shiu to try and get himself towards his inner turret. He might be able to get there, but we'll see whether he can keep himself alive. As Diablo finds the supercharger to lock down the kill. And Artican going to be given up on here by DK. Aiming, sidestepping the binding here, but now 4 versus 5, you're not going to have a good time.
Wait, Diablo still has ult.
He does. And
Oh,
he is racing
boy!
towards the top side. Dark binding, not going to quite find the mark there as a bit of an interruption. Raptor going to take a fair bit of damage here. Redemption does a fair bit of work. There's the Featherstorm, but now he's in melee range of an Aatrox. Still aiming is trying to get the damage down. Does get one. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough as Beryl is off to the side. Showmaker wants to kill Kellen, but he can't do it. And Clear is just too strong in this front line. Out goes Lucid.
Wait.
That should be the Otacon.
They're low though. Maybe Shiu can make his way back.
Oh, they also have a control ward in this brush.
Yeah, I don't know about this BNK. They're gonna be squishy as hell.
And Beryl is still here as well. Of course, he's stuck around. Vicla and no one has
They're gonna
smite
fight!
as Beryl comes over. Lucid being chased down by Clear. There's the knock up as it is going to be the Otacon secured by Shiu. And of course it is. They are likely to, well, I mean, Shiu has 1 billion health, so they're not going to be able to kill them on the outset.
Shiu, it's bait, it's bait!
I don't think we should be doing that one. He decides he wants to try and kill Diablo, but he just gets CC'd to death. And down he will go. That's a teleport in from Showmaker as well, as if at first you don't succeed. Try again. Aiming is just going to flash in and kill Vicla. All right, okay, it feels like DK, they now got the terms. Okay. That's Rise Group, baby!
Yeah, then,
What is happening? That was such
wait,
a...
Showmaker is
He's flanking the flank of the flank!
Wait, but you can't collapse onto Aatrox, it doesn't work.
Well, also Shiu cannot defend it in a turret, as Clear is going to take a damage.
Okay, Callan's there, but he is on vision. Aiming does have his ultimate, as does Beryl.
Crocodile doesn't have teleport, so he's not going to be here for this fight. As Clear is struggling to get past Showmaker, at least Showmaker can stand his ground here. To try and go for a 50-50.
Doesn't have flash.
Yep, stun is going to come on through as over the wall goes Clear. Yeah, he is very, well, not dead, but he cannot stop this Hextech Dragon from going down. That is going to be Soul Point over to BNK. A whole lot of extra power as Shiu is slicing, dicing, acting all cool, and he is dead. Don't really get to quite much more fresh prints there as the aiming does have to use the ulti. Kellen's flashing away. Showmaker likely to die here. Does get the bear down as Lucid looking for an angle here onto Vicla. He tried to shackle them and honestly they didn't even really need to be shackled because they can get ran down by this BNK roster. That is
It just works so well into a DK that's behind. Doesn't really have the cleanest setup. As I guess Lucid has to smite still this, but he gets bind.
Walks into a binding.
Madman level gameplay.
I want
Why
this.
Why Shiu there?
Shiu, exactly.
I don't know.
It's an enigma, and trying to work it out is part of the fun.
It says something about League of Legends. It's art, Atlas.
Exactly. If the Wordle was just a word there and you were like, cool, it's finished.
That's boring.
That wouldn't be interesting. You got to try and figure it out. It's all right. Cataclysm comes down immediately. The Jarvan tries to get out, but it does not work. My God, the weight of the wallets just slamming down onto DK. That binding, Vicla. Oh man, he really got his eye in towards the end of this one. As this mid inhibitor turret is going to be their way towards the Nexus. And BNK, I think they are going to say goodnight to this one now. 13.5k gold, the advantage. And they will be sending us to a third game. Everything tied up 1-1. Blue side, 100% win rate. We'll see whether we can get to a game 5 with that remaining true. That would be exciting.